So hi out there in FlossTube land. This is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is January 2nd, Thursday, 2020, the second day of the new year at approximately 9:48 p.m. Eastern Time. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope your first 2 days of 2020 have been really good. I went back to work today. I only had one day off this week. But, went back to work today. Kind of boring. First day of the new year went all right, but it's still a little boring. But I hope you guys are enjoying the new year and everything that it brings. I don't have any resolutions this year because I never make them anyway. I mean, who really does make the resolutions? I don't. So I don't make any. I didn't make any this year. I just hope to get things done. That's it. And enjoy life and the new things that are coming up for us this year. So first off, I have some new stuff to show you today, and also to talk about some plans. January got started with a bang for me stitching wise, and I'm going to be involved in a lot of stuff. You've probably watched or listened to my last video where I talked about the 5 or 6 pages of Facebook groups and all the challenges and everything going on. I'm kind of actively in a couple of stitch-alongs right now, and also the School of Magical Stitches. I'm in the reading, and I've been doing some of the stitching stuff for it. So I will go into that here in a little bit. But I wanted to start off today with some new stash that I have. So in the mail today, I got my grime guard from GaRon Tottenbags. On Facebook. I will link them below for you if you haven't heard of them already. And I also got my last shipment of the Crazy Annie's Picture This Plus Fabric of the Month. The 2 selections that I was getting in, I believe it was 28 count Lugana, but I will be opening these up for you momentarily. A little side note about the Crazy Annie's Picture This Plus Fabric of the Month Club. I did not make the cutoff for signing up for 2020, which is good because, I've got now 24 pieces of fabric in my stash that I didn't already have. So it's kind of a good thing that I probably am not getting any more this year, because now I can use that money to buy fabric that I really need for other things. So, without further ado, I will get into it first. We'll go ahead and open the GaRon Tottenbags Grime Guard. Bear with me just a minute. I gotta move the camera so I can reach my scissors. Got my scissors. Alright, so I am back in my living room today. I didn't feel like dragging all of this stuff sitting right next to me on my couch. All of this stuff into my craft room. Mom's across from me in her chair, or my chair where I used to sit until Mom came along. She is working on her winter Cardinals diamond painting. It's probably about almost half or 2/3 done with it. She'll probably finish it this next week, I imagine. But anyway, GaRon Tottenbags. I don't care that you can see the address. It's my husband's work address. So, yeah. Here we go. Ooh, oh, it's pretty. It's like winter. Yay. And I get the 11 by 11 grime guards for Q snaps. By the way, some people have asked GaRon Tottenbags, will their Q snap grime guards work on hoops? Well, yeah, it's the same shape, it's the same cut, everything. So if you get one specifically for 11 by 11 Q snaps or Q snaps in general, they will fit on hoops. I just love the way they smell. But see, I get the 11 by 11 grime guard. They have the little sizing tag on there so you know what it is. And this is just a winter scene. Oh, look at the bear. The bears are cute. It's a mama bear and a baby bear in Santa hats. Oops. See there? Mama bear and baby bear in Santa hats. And there's some winter trees. Let's see if I can get this stretched. Look at the winter trees. It's just a nice little winter scene. Very cute. I like the bears. I like the bears a lot. That's really cute. Nice little winter scene there. So thank you, GaRon Tottenbags, for the nice grime guard. I'm going to add these to my collection. I've gotten a nice collection of grime guards now, and I'm probably gonna stop getting the grime guards of the month from them, just because that way I can kind of save the money up and maybe get some project bags this next year from them. But anyway, so that was the GaRon Tottenbags grime guard of the month for December, I believe. So now, Crazy Annie's Picture This Plus fabric of the month. Okay. So I was getting 2 colors. Oh, that's beautiful. 2 colors from Crazy Annie Stitch and Fabric of the Month. And I believe their Fabric of the Month club is full right now. So, I think they have a waiting list, but you might want to get in touch with them. So here is how you can get in touch with Crazy Annie's for the Fabric of the Month. You can like them on Facebook, Crazy Annie Stitchin'. Shop at bonanza.com/crazyanniestitchin', or email them at crazyanniestitchin@yahoo.com. So yeah, there you go. So the first one I'm going to open for you is Picture This Plus 28 count Lugana. I get the 18 by 27. This is the color Twilight. Okay, it's kind of a dark blue. Yeah, it's a dark blue. And it has some modeling to it. It's very pretty though. Oh, wow. Okay, I like this color a lot, you guys. Look at this. It is a very pretty dark blue. Yep, there's the back side. So, look at the modeling on that. I'm going to go ahead and open it up this way for you. Look at that piece. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yay, so that is the colorway Twilight. Bear with me while I fold this up. That might have to get used for a project later on. Yeah, I don't know what project, but we'll figure it out when the time comes. My thing just fell on the floor, so we will put that away later. So the last one is Shale. 28 count Lugana. I get an 18 by 27 piece. This one is kind of a, I want to say it's like a stone gray. And it's modeled too. It's got nice modeling to it. So we have stone gray. That's very pretty. Here's the other side. And here it is opened up for you. Shale. It's a very beautiful gray. That might actually get like some sort of winter project on it. Maybe. I don't know. Alright. So those are my 2 fabrics from Crazy Annie's Fabric of the Month. Unfortunately, those are my last shipments for the Crazy Annie's Fabric of the Month. Unless I get lucky and some way, part of the way through the year, somehow I get back on their shipment listing. But I didn't make it this year, so we shall see how that goes. Alright, so that is GaRon Tottenbags and Crazy Annie's Picture This Plus Fabric of the Month. So sorry about that little break. I accidentally touched the keyboard touchpad on my laptop, and it stopped the video. Lovely. I hate it when it does that. Anyway, so that's the Grime Guard Crazy Annie's. 2 other things. I got 2 new patterns downloaded from Etsy, thanks to somebody on one of the Stitch Along groups. I think it was in Full Coverage, not Full Coverage Fanatics, but it was in Full Coverage Cross Stitch, I believe. So I went to the Etsy website, kind of fell in love with it. So I got from Cross Stitching for Everyone it's Cross Stitch for Everyone. Cross Stitch, the number 4, Everyone on Etsy. The first pattern I got was Spring Equinox, and this is what it looks like. I have to unplug this so you can see it. And it's going to hate me. There we go. spring equinox. Look at the bunny. She's got Easter eggs in her dress. This is a full coverage piece, by the way. This is Spring Equinox by Cross Stitch for Everyone. And then the next one that I got is also from Cross Stitch for Everyone. This one is called Winter Solstice. I just love the colors in this, the purples, the blues. I love the owl. It's really pretty. It's another full coverage piece. I don't know when I'm going to start this, but I believe Cross Stitch for Everyone is one of the designers for January. Let's see. Who are the designers? Let me see. But I think it is one of the listings for one of the Facebook groups. Tour to designers each month. Full coverage fanatics, maybe. But anyway, so those are my two newest patterns. I got those yesterday, I believe. So they were the Etsy shop, Cross Stitch for Everyone, was having a really good sale. I think these patterns were normally $10. I got them both for $3 each. So it was a pretty good deal, I think. So now on to new stitchy plans for 2020. So, all right. So yesterday started off with a bang. So sometime after midnight, I sat down. So we'll get to that here in a minute. But sometime after midnight, I had been working on gridding the Princess and the Pea fabric for my Jasmine Beckett Griffith full coverage Princess and the Pea pattern. I had planned on using that for the Semi-Sane Stitchers Once Upon a Fairy Tale January Stitch Along, because Princess and the Pea. And it ended up also being my New Year New Start 2020 for Stitch Mania, because I did start it yesterday. And I needed it and decided to use it for the School of Magical Stitches, the transportation and ticketing event. We were sorted into 4 resorts for the School of Magical Stitches because it's based on the Walt Disney Resort down in Florida. And I'm in the Boardwalk group for the Boardwalk Resort. And each resort had a collaboration stitch to get the transportation and ticketing for for the parks and from each of your resorts to get to the parks. And we had to do 125 stitches. Well, since my Jasmine Beckett Griffith piece was going to be on 36 count flax Edinburgh, I was going to tent stitch it, one strand of thread over one thread of fabric. And in order to count it, you have to double the stitches, the stitching requirements for the challenges in the School of Magical Stitches. So I had to do 250 tent stitches in order to make up the stitch requirements for the transportation and ticketing. So everybody in our group had to stitch a minimum of 125 stitches. I had to do 250 tent, and I did that yesterday. So I spent the part of the afternoon and the evening stitching on it. So here is kind of where I got. It's up in the corner. Can't show you, but I did about 255 stitches up in the corner there. And it's 2 over 110 on 36 count flax. I'm just using the Cold Floor DMC, and I gridded this with sulky holographic threads. So it's basically like the first page rows all the way across is what I got gridded. So anyway, there is my start for this was my start for School of Magical Stitches transportation and ticketing for our Boardwalk Resort group. We managed to do that. We finished that yesterday. We got our badges. That was cool. This also counted for the Once Upon a Fairy Tale new start for semi-sane stitchers, because it's Princess and the Pea, and also the New Year New Start 2020 from Stitch Mania. So I got my Stitch Mania 2020 New Start, and everything is good. All right. So I've also planned on starting Donna Gelsinger's mini Enchanted Reindeer. I showed you this in my last video. This is the pattern for it. I have not got it started yet, but I do have the fabric gridded as much as I'm going to grid it for now. So here is where I'm starting. This is just a piece of white even weave that I have in my stash. I also gridded it with the same silky holographic threads that I used in the other one. This is the upper left corner. So up here, I will be starting up in this corner when I start. But this is for the Donna Gelsinger Sal stitch along. This is the only Donna Gelsinger pattern that I own, and I bought this specifically for the Sal. I liked the reindeer. It was really pretty. But I haven't started on this yet. I still have a little bit. The Once Upon a Fairy Tale Semi-Sane Stitchers Sal that I'm using the Princess and the Pea for goes through the month of January. The Donna Gelsinger Sal is pretty much, you know, whenever you want to stitch it throughout the year. So I have a little bit of time to start this. But I wanted to use the Princess and the Pea since I had to start it anyway for New Year New Start. And Once Upon a Fairy Tale, I had to get that started yesterday, so. Alright, so that takes care of that. Alright, so the next goal in School Magical Stitches, rather, each resort is going to be working on either their ferry transportation or their monorail transportation. And in order to complete them, you have to do a minimum of 50 stitches each in order to get your badge for that part of building your park. I plan on working on both of them, and I'm going to be working on that tonight after I finish recording. But the project that I'm going to be using for it is Welcome to Pumpkinville. So here is where I'm at on Welcome to Pumpkinville. This is a Tiny Modernist pattern that came out last year. I got the fabric that it called for from Tiny Modernist. Whoever kitted their fabric or their stuff up, I got the fabric for it. I also have the Welcome to Pumpkinville Key to the City needle minder that I also got when the patterns came out last year. So yeah, I plan on doing 50 stitches each for the ferry and the monorail on this tonight. It shouldn't take me too long. It's only 100 stitches. It should go pretty quick. And since this is a full cross, I don't have to worry about doubling the stitches. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And that's my plan. All right. Okay. So, also in the School Magical Stitches, what did I do with it? I just had it. There it is. The book that we're reading for this month is Ridley Pearson's Kingdom Keepers, Disney After Dark. I did start it. I'm on page 78, which is chapter 9 in my book, my copy of the book. It's an interesting read so far. It's pretty quick. I got through a good chunk of this today, or this evening while we were doing laundry. But it's an interesting book. I'm kind of enjoying it a lot. It's a quick read because it's a young adults or teen book, young teens. but it's an interesting read so far. And so in the School of Magical Stitches, if you're not familiar with it, they do stitching prompts every week. You have basically stitching homework every week based on the books that you are currently reading. Since we are reading this week's, it started yesterday at 12:01 a.m. Central Time, and they give you prompts that you kind of have to pick your stitching projects and stitch a certain number of stitches to kind of go with the books. And this week's homework, which ends on Sunday, homework goes Monday to Sunday, is based on the introduction in the book. You have to pick one of the 6 main characters in the book based on their character traits and pick your project and kind of go with it. So my choice this week is Finn. He's self-confident and he's the leader in the book, and I believe that is him right here. But my pattern, or my choice, my choice for Finn being self-confident and a leader is going to be Tiny Modernist Words to Live By. Okay. So here's where I'm at with Tiny Modernist Words to Live By. This is the square number 1. The middle that was released with the frame goes right in here, but this is square number 1. As you can see, I'm not very far in it, but yeah, I have to do 200 stitches in this by Sunday night in order to get my points for the homework for this week. So that's where I'm at. And this relates to Finn, the character Finn in the book. He's self-confident and a leader. Tiny Modernist Words to Live By are things that leaders and self-confident people live their life by every day. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm going to do. So I have until Sunday to get 200 stitches done on this. So that's kind of about where I'm at. I'm kind of bogged in here with a lot of stuff. But other than that, things are going really good. I'm kind of enjoying this. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up this momentum for the rest of my 2020 New Year's. It's only the 2nd day into the new year. And I was feeling originally overwhelmed with how I was going to keep track of stuff. I think kind of worked out something that's going to work at least temporarily for me for tracking what projects are for what things. And so I'm also in WhipGo, and the things that came up this year or this month for WhipGo, it's like stitching bingo, you know, where you have a bingo card, and every month they will randomly choose 2 boxes, and you stitch on those projects for the month. The good thing is you have until the end of the year to finish the requirements, whatever requirements you set or goals you set for those particular projects. You have until the end of the year to complete them in order to fill in the square. So luckily for me, Welcome to Pumpkinville is on my WhipGo selection for this week or for this month. And the other one that's on my selection is Jessica Yurka's 4 Seasons, which is another Heaven and Earth design project. This is kind of where I'm at with that. This is down in the lower right corner where winter and spring meet. Spring is up here, winter goes across here. This is where I got last year. It's almost completely a full page at the bottom. So yeah, at some point this month I will be adding some stitches to this. My goal for Frosted Pumpkins Welcome to Pumpkinville and Jessica Yurka's 4 Seasons is 1,000 stitches. I might have to end up doing 2,000 stitches on this one because it is 10. So, but there you have it. That's everything for me. Like I said, wow, this is a quick video. I thought this was going to be a long video. The video that I uploaded earlier with all the different Facebook groups and stuff, and I talked about all the different stitching challenges and everything that come along. There's another couple of Facebook groups that I kind of left off the list that have stitching challenges and stuff going on, and I flagged them. I don't think I have them up anymore. No, I do not. But I originally flagged them to tell you about them, and my browser kind of crapped out, and I had to restart the computer, and I lost the tabs that had all the different groups on it. So I'm not going to be able to tell you the different groups, but I'm sure somebody out there can fill you in on some of the groups if you just ask. I know I think I don't know, there's just so many different cross stitch groups out there, you guys. It's crazy. I listed 19 for you, and there's probably at least double or triple or even multiplied by the hundreds of that out in Facebook. If you just search Facebook for cross stitch or stitch alongs or sals or anything like that, you'll come away with tons and tons. So right now I'm doing the full coverage New Year, New Start for what is that? New Year, New Start for Stitch Mania. Once Upon a Fairy Tale for Semi-Sane Stitchers. I am actively stitching in the School of Magical Stitches, and I will be doing, I'm doing Whip Go, and I'm also going to be doing the Donna Gelsinger Mini Enchanted Reindeer Cell. So that's what I've got going on. School Magical Stitches, because the prompts change from week to week, and we have different goals for building different parts of the park. Once we get to the park, through either finishing the ferry or the monorail, we get to do like Cinderella's Castle and something on Main Street and something else. So we'll get those prompts as well. So we have those, and then we have the stitching extra credit. There's another group that's doing Stitch Around the Parks, where they you start at the front gate and you walk from you stitch the number of steps it takes to walk from item to item to item throughout the park, and basically you build the park. And those are like 30,000 stitches each park or something crazy like that. I may actually start counting something for that. I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, and I haven't figured out all the tracking that I'm going to need for everything that I'm doing. But anyway, I just wanted to come on tonight to give you a little bit of an update, kind of tell you what I'm doing. It's probably going to be a few more days before you see me again. I've got maybe a really quick 5 or 10 minute diamond painting video to do for you. And I also got a new ghost hunting thing to kind of talk to you about too, for my upcoming event on the 24th and 25th of January. I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, that's all I got for you. I think I was saying one stitch at a time or something like that is what I decided to change it to. I don't remember what I was saying. But anyway, just take care, and until the next time, we will see you soon. And I hope you get all your stitchy stuff done. I hope you're actively reaching your goals and striving for your goals and everything like that. And we will see you soon. All right, take care, and until next time, get all your stitching done. Bye-bye.